Please welcome to the stage Fiona.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Shona. That was absolutely lovely. I was starting to think that maybe you'd actually gone sour on me, making me wait till the end. It's like some kind of Chinese torture sitting through all these unbelievable speeches and trying to remember all of yours and not get washed in what everybody else is saying. But luckily mine is about innovation and diversity, which are probably the two most used words tonight. So innovation and diversity. So innovation is something that in organisations we are throwing money at this. We are talking agile, we are talking lean, we are talking fail fast, and we're all doing it. We absolutely love it. But when it comes to diversity, we're doing the same old things. We're running the same old programs, we're not taking any risk, and actually a lot of the time we're doing things that we know probably won't work. So I want to tell you a story about why we founded Naked Ambition and how we've got to where we have today. So I was working over in London in investment banking, and I saw my peers and girlfriends who were getting to the point where they couldn't see a path to the top. They could not see anywhere to go, and I felt so furious and so frustrated by this that I knew that I had to do something. So on one late summer afternoon, I quit my job spontaneously, got on a plane and flew back to Melbourne within 2 weeks. With two friends, we started up the business with a mission to change what was going on amongst our group. We started with workshops. We ran workshops around career strategy. We focused on personal branding and thought leadership. We then threw events in. We ran Bold Talks Women to an audience of 350 people at the forum last year, showcasing 4 women who were game changers and risk takers in their industry. And we ran forums, trying to get the smartest women that we knew in a room to talk about how we could change this. But while we were doing this, we were getting more attention for our clients in these workshops. They were seeing greater engagement, and they were hanging on to some of their core talent. But what we kept thinking over and over and over again is this enough? Are we actually really changing anything? Or is there something that we need to do in the system? So we did what you do, and we kept working through this. And through the organisations that we were working for, running these leadership programs, we were fortunate enough to be able to do some other really exciting work with them. It started around strategy and it evolved into innovation. And earlier this year, we met the team from the Swinburne Design Factory, and this for us was a huge light bulb moment. So what we were doing were running innovation programs using design thinking methodology, really exciting cutting edge stuff for our clients. But then on the other side, we were rolling out the same old women in leadership programs. We hadn't even made that connection. And the more that we learned about the potential of design thinking, the more we went back and looked at what we'd also done in these organisations. So we ran a really successful program for a university client for their female academic staff. When we were researching this, we asked the HR department, we asked learning and development, we asked their seniors, but we never asked the women. We never asked the people who we would be spending the next month with, whose lives we actually wanted to change. What did they need and what did they want? We failed the first rule of design thinking, and that is to start with empathy. To start with empathy for your user, with this person in mind. So what happens when you do it the other way? So after we had learned from our mistakes, we went into another organisation that we work for, a broking client. We used this design thinking approach, and we got their key people in a room in an innovation session to begin with, before we began any programs. 18 people from a cross-section of the organisation, including the people that would be on these programs. We used empathy techniques, gaining empathy for these people and what they actually wanted. We redefined the problem for them and got them thinking more deeply. The results that we had from this program compared to the ones that we'd run previous were exponential. We were able to retain every at-risk staff member from that organisation. The top talent from that organisation as the women were all far more engaged, and we've seen incredible results still to come. The organisation themselves have also implemented one flexible working day a week. So it doesn't sound like groundbreaking stuff for some sectors, but for broking, this was really cutting edge. The next really exciting piece was that I can ask you to do is to define the problem, to ask, are we asking the right questions? In design thinking, the critical thing is to spend the most amount of time defining the problem. There's a great quote attributed to Einstein that says if he was given 1 hour to save the world, he would spend 55 minutes defining the problem and 5 minutes on the solution. I think if we are to move forward with diversity and to be talking about diversity and innovation together, if we could use some of these design thinking approaches, starting with empathy for the people that we're designing for, redefining the problem and asking ourselves, are we asking the right problem? Are we solving the right problem and asking the right questions? I think this is going to go a long way. Thank you.